Alright, so the microphone is stuck on the camera. I don't know why it's misbehaving. So what's the point of this? I guess we're going to have to figure out why my computer is being stupid and do all these again, but we've got like a bunch more runs to make anyway, so yay. It's just pretty annoying when it's working right, and then of course technology decides that it shouldn't. We have to undo the screws holding the inserts first because those lock the part to the mold. So everything's like 190, 200 degrees, so really easy to burn yourself. I use a 90 attachment and another piece go. I rotate my trays around, so that really shallow trays are. there is a little bit of a rush at this point because everything cools, the tank shrinks and pulls away from the mold, but it puts side loads against those fasteners. So we need to get those out. Hey, I'm heading out. Once the oven gets down to 200, I can turn the circulating blowers off. Now I'm going to remove the half-inch bolts. I have a 3/4 inch or 19mm head drive, and uh, we'll put the molds temporarily onto the side. Once the part comes out, we're going to put cooling fixtures on them. vent tubes go from the outside to the inside of the mold, and they let the hot air come and go, which is neat. We plug them with stainless steel sink scrubby, so they keep breathing after the plastic hits them. Now the parts should come out. So this tank's like 190 degrees right now. The point of having the cooling fixtures is they're going to help hold these screws in the correct location when the tank cools. As a thermoset plastic, once the tank cools, that's in shape forever. You cannot melt, reflow, and recycle. These must be mechanically broken down with a shredder or burned into hydrocarbons. I try not to use power tools for this step. You can wreck the tank if you burn too quick, like if you go too long. Take now. Alright, the oven's down to 212. I'm good letting it bake at that. Next, we have to pull they're called pull pins, P-U-L-L, as you pull them out, pins. There's one right here and there's one underneath. The plastic has to be 165 Fahrenheit or less. Most we could read was 140. We're good. You should hear it click. That's the plastic releasing. There's the pin. The shiniest portion, like it starts here and goes to here, the shiniest part forms the inside of the pivot area, the base of the tank. The other pin goes from the other side to the outside. It's currently 150, so we can pull this pin and try to not burn ourselves in the process. And I just wiggled back and forth until it clicked. And there's only like, I don't know how much it sticks through. Oh, this part goes through. So the dark part on this one is what forms plastic. And then the rest is through the mold into the outside world. Now we can start disassembling the mold. The vent tubes are not as critical on this tool. And the words mold and tool are interchangeable. Or at least the noun of this piece of aluminum and tool. These probably only get 30 to 40 pounds of torque. They don't need much. Any more and it's going to deform the aluminum of the mold. This is the heaviest mold section. The trickiest part about pulling this cover is that you must not hit the part or you could wreck the part. Also, try to not sweat on the part because then you stain it. 136164. We keep track of temperatures at each stage to ensure consistency or to identify trends. There's a burner in the other end of the oven. It burns natural gas. It makes like a 4-foot flame. It's 1.5 million BTUs, and then the oven recirculates air. And so the temperature controller is not almost relevant, but it practically is. We set it for 530. The throttle for the burner opens when it's under 530 and closes when it's over 530, so it just kind of cycles around 530. However, your cycle is determined by putting temperature strips inside the tool, and you need it to reach like 410 degrees Fahrenheit. And then that's what the resin manufacturer says. We have to reach that to have proper cross-linking of the plastic. Long answer. This is the cool down kit for this tank. We lay out a blanket. It is so unbelievably hot. So we've got lots of tanks back ordered. I think I have to do 5 bakes to get caught up. So lots of opportunity to figure out the problem with the microphone. I think it's one of the first steps of starting the live stream. I have to choose the equipment, and that's the only chance I get. So that kind of sucks a little. But there'll be plenty more of these coming shortly. This is a very key step of the cooling fixture. As it is right now, the distance in the middle here is about an inch plus too narrow. And so this cooling fixture spreads it out by about 1.5 inches. And then when it's done cooling, settles at 1 inch bigger. purely trial and error. And like lots of other things I do, this is super strut that electricians use. These tools are dedicated for this task. Put that on here. And you actually loosen the all thread to push the nuts apart. And then I change its direction before putting it back. And this has been finely calibrated. You screw until the thread disappears in this plate, and then it's good. Well, Linda, what happened is the lapel mic, the wireless one I have, it wasn't being recognized today, so it was not showing up. And it used the microphone in the web camera. Gotta remember to turn off the air. We'll go do that. Whew. Okay. So actually, it's kind of crazy. I have to hang out in here until I cool down some. The wind blowing across me is what cools me down. If I go into the air conditioning, I actually don't cool down at all. A little bit ironic. Yeah, so we're using the built-in microphone on the web camera, so that's not as good performance when I'm walking away from you or facing some other way. Normally I have that lapel mic, and I did have it, and it was plugged in. I don't know why it wasn't being recognized. I'll have to play with that again, see if we can find it back. On my channel, on the playlist of, I think, workshop, I have the how it's made videos for the next steps of preparing the tanks. I'll probably move those to rotational molding playlist. I just created it because it is specific. It isn't just workshop stuff. Oh, wow. Yeah, so there's a little factor, and there's a lot of exposure to heat, and other than having to lift off the mold sections, there's not a whole lot of strength involved. I chose this particular impact driver because it has settings. So to tighten, I put it on 2, and to loosen the mold bolts on the mold to take it off, I put it on 3. And that way I never have to stop and get a breaker bar. If I used 3 all the time, it wouldn't always be able to reliably remove the screws or loosen the screws, so I'd need to get a breaker bar or something. But it holds plenty of torque on 2. It's fine. A couple years ago, the light green brand was the only one that had that feature. Now I think they all do to some extent, where you can dial up or down their power. Whew. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was a lot of work. I mean, it always is. It's good work. Um, so let's see. Tomorrow is Monday, not tomorrow. So Monday, I'm going to prep these 2 tanks we made and sell them. That'll take Monday to Tuesday. Then Tuesday afternoon, I have to reload the inserts and the molds and turn the molds to get them ready again. So for most rotational molding production, um, the way this machine was designed, there are 3 arms. So you see the blue one here, and then there's a rusty one coming out of the side of my head, and then there's a third one 120 degrees that way. And um, for maximum production and making the most of your oven, what happens is, like right now, you undo the oven off of your hot parts, then you rotate this whole table 120 degrees, and then the far away station is where the fans are. And most places have a booth, and they might even have misting happening, like air or water atomization to help aid cooling. And then actually, where the big fan is, you see this arm does not have a spider. Here's where all the work would be normally done. So everything I've done here in the light next to the oven, that's always done there, because that's the station where you turn. And so the desired output is you get 8 rounds a day. And so not just 8 bakes, 8 times 3, you get 24 bakes. And so each arm has 2 spiders. Each arm or each spider has 2, 3, or 4 molds, maybe more if you can. And you're just turning and burning and turning and burning. So you only have 20 minutes at the turn station. It took me 20 minutes to get all the inserts out of these 2 tools. So traditional molders hate my tools. On top of that, it's hard to get enough calories into these molds to reach 410 degrees internal temp. So they, because that fits into their hour per rotation, sort of. Like, if I don't know, it's tough. I'm glad I don't need to use volume to make money. Instead, this is considered custom molding because the emphasis is on the quality of each product, and that's unusual for this industry. Typically, you just don't care if a part's bad, you just throw it in the pile to be wood chipped and you try to do better next time. Whereas in my case, every tank that's bad is a complete waste of my time and money, and these things can't be recycled. So it's really important to me to not screw up tanks and make sure everyone is deliverable. Yeah, I can't imagine working plastics on a lather mill. I do a little bit of turning this white stuff. I guess it's Delrin, or I don't know if it's nylon or not. Anyhow, that's it for today. We got these 2 tanks made. I'm going to go update customers and check my list again. I've got a whole bunch of back orders lined up on me. It just sucks because a virus went through our household. Nobody tests for COVID, but it just laid us out. And I skipped work yesterday. So I'm always a day behind. I hate that. Now I'm like, I feel like I'm weeks behind. So it's just come in, do the next things, work as long as I can each day, and then that's it. So used to be I could do 2 or 3 things a day pretty reliably, and now we're back to like 1, maybe 2 things a day, and then my batteries just get drained, and I gotta go. Oh, well, thanks y'all for watching. Really appreciate Lyndon you coming in and hanging out. That's great. I can't wait until like I have two fans to watch. I think we're up to a good old awesome 21 subscribers. So be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell, and then that way I invite anyone to come in and ask questions. I mean, if I'm busy, I might not see the comments, but I like to check in, see what people are saying. That's why I'm looking over there. That's where the computer is. Trying to think what else. What else? Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of this, and it looks like the computer is going to live. It gets really warm in here, so like when you do live on a phone, the phone just overheats and shuts off. It quits. So this will totally work. Um, yeah, we're just gonna try to fix that microphone thing, and hopefully that will pick me up more than the recirculation blowers, because those are just so loud, and the exhaust and the combustion blower, like those things are just blowing so much air. Yeah. All right. Well, have a great weekend. I might do an update with Billie Jean. I don't know. We She went on her first quest, and we did a recovery of some stuff at someone's house that they want to move out of, and now I have to figure out what to do with it. So I'm probably going to put it behind our work to deal with that and assess the parts. There are a couple of those big moving boxes, and if they're too junky, we're going to ask Craigslist if anyone wants some free wood, which should generate some interest considering how expensive wood is. We're going to use a chainsaw and throw it in the trash. All right, thanks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later. And then we end again. Bye.